Hey guys, it's me, Javen. Welcome to our YouTube channel. You are a viewer, I am a video, and this is the Links YouTube channel. Alright guys, this week we are continuing our series, The Everybody Club, and the whole point of this month, of this series, is that Jesus is for everybody. The gospel, the story of Jesus is for everybody. So we should share it with everybody. Our memory verse is John 13:34 and 35. And our memory verse says, this is Jesus speaking. He says, "A new commandment I give to you, that you love one another." He says, "Just as I have loved you, you also are to love one another. By this, all people will know that you are my disciples, if you have love for one another." So people are supposed to know, oh wow, they must be a Christian because they're so loving. And people will know, wow, Jesus and God is really God. Jesus is God and God really exists because these people have so much love that it's not possible to come from humans. It must be from God. So we have to love everybody. People we like, people we don't like, people who we really don't like, people that don't like us. We gotta love everyone and show them an insane amount of love. And we need to tell them the story of Jesus, because the story of Jesus is for everybody. So we're gonna follow along in Paul's life here, right where we left off in Acts last week. We were in, Acts 22, that right as he said that God wasn't just for the Jews, but he was for everybody. He wasn't just for their community, he was for everybody. And he said, let's kill this guy. So now he's about to get arrested. And then, just to summarize the next couple of chapters, so Paul ends up going to Felix the governor, and he's supposed to be giving his defense so that he doesn't get killed, and he just talks about Jesus and talks about his conversion and following God. And then he appeals to Caesar, who's in Rome, because he says, hey, I'm Roman, so I shouldn't be persecuted like this. I should have to go through the whole due process. And they're like, well, all right, buddy. So then he talks to a judge, Agrippa. Agrippa? I don't know how to say the name. Agrippa. Anyways, this guy, he talks to him, and again, Paul's supposed to be giving his defense for court, but instead he just talks mainly about Jesus. And then they sail for Rome, and Paul is like, yo, we should go this way. And then they were like, no, you're a stupid prisoner, we're gonna go this way. And then there's a big storm. And Paul stops and he tells everybody, hey, an angel came and told me that we're not gonna die, that everybody will live, but we're facing the storm because you didn't go the way I should, but it's okay, we're gonna lose the ship, but we won't lose our lives, so just stay calm. And then they crash, the ship wrecks, and they lose the ship, but they land on an island, Malta. And then they're there in Malta, and there's the native people. So then Paul finally goes to Rome. And I just wanted to talk about our main point for today, which is that God is always in control. God always shows up. Our main point is that God always shows up. And sometimes we don't know what's coming next. Paul's arrested, and he didn't know that there was going to be a shipwreck until that angel did tell him, which was pretty cool. But even then, he had to appeal to this person, and then he appealed to the next person. He's just going through this weird, crazy series, which is in the reading plan, and you guys are going to read through that this week with me. But I want to talk about how funny it is that he's just going through all these sort of experiences, but each time, God shows up. God saves them when they're on the ship, and they have the shipwreck. God makes a way for Paul to be able to talk about who Jesus is and his personal story each time, right? He did it in front of all of the people in the town. He did it in front of Felix the governor, in front of this Agrippa guy, and God always shows up. And to make this example, I have a blindfold here. It might make my eyes invisible because it's a similar color to the green screen. If I have this blindfold, I can't see what's around me. And this blindfold is kind of like when we go through life. We don't know what's coming next. We don't know what's gonna happen. We might have a plan and we might have an expectation, but you don't know exactly what's gonna happen in the future in a couple moments from now. And if I put on this blindfold, I might know, okay, like here's the stuff that's around me. There are some lights, there's a green screen, I'm talking to a camera, but I don't know perfectly what all is around me. And just like that, when we're going through life, we can't tell exactly what's going to happen next. So even though I don't see my Bible right here, I don't see that it's right in front of me, yes, I can feel it, but I can't see it. And when I go through life, I can't always see the way that God is here and is present, but he still is. And we can always trust him because he's in control and he always shows up. Some people believe that he's so in control that the whole reason, Paul went through this whole arrest and he went to one place and to the next is because God was ordaining and controlling each of those steps. Sometimes people have the opinion that no, God isn't that controlling, even though he's able to control. The people made those choices, but God was still able to move in the circumstance. And I don't know which of those is the correct answer, but either way, I know the practical step, the life lesson that we can take from it is that God is always showing up. Whether there's a storm, whether we're talking to people, whether we're trying to defend ourselves in court, we can trust God that he will show up and make a way for us to talk about him and show his love to the people around us. So as we move through time, we might not be able to see what's next, but we can still know that God is here. That's why I had that blindfold on. Wow, it's really bright. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being here. Please, this week, look for a way that we can show our love to somebody else. Think about somebody that you know that might not know Jesus. How can we talk about the way that God has affected our life? How can we talk about our story and our relationship with Jesus? Find somebody, show them love regardless of how you show love. Just love people because then they'll know who God is. Thank you guys so much. I love you, and I'll see you soon.
It's time for offering. We always give 10% back to God. Your donations help us keep this ministry going. So all you've got to do is get your mom and dad, and you can text the word give to this number below. We always give back 10% of what we earn to God. We use that money to do cool videos like this, to minister to people, to tell them about Jesus. We even feed them in our food pantry.
Thank you guys so much for watching this week's Church at Home. If you guys are younger and in elementary school, you have your own channel at Kids in the Sun. And if you guys are older and in the Mix, check out The Mix Orlando. They both have YouTube and Instagram accounts, so you guys can check those out. We'll see you next week.